and welcome to OMG Crochet and Craft. Today I'm going to show you how to make my checkerboard slouchy jumper that hopefully I have shown prior to this video starting. I am using Knitco Aran yarn. It is a size 4 yarn, I believe. Yep, size 4 yarn and a 5mm hook. Let's get started. Okay, so for this jumper, you need to know your shoulder to shoulder measurements. Mine is 55 centimeters. I added 5 centimeters per side to my jumper, so I made my my starting chain was 60 centimeters to start. So the important thing is to know your shoulder measurements and then add a few centimeters, I think of an extra 5 centimeters, so that's 10 centimeters in total because you're doing both sides. I think that might have been a bit too much for me, so adding like 3, maybe 4 centimeters would work. And then you would need to do your chain to that measurement. Now, I've already done the 2 panels of my jumper. I'm just going to show you the stitch pattern that you need to do for your panels. So you would start with your shoulder to shoulder measurement, add 2 or 3 centimeters to that, and then you need to chain to get that measurement, but make sure that your chain is a multiple of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and carry on until you've got enough stitches to meet the width of your shoulders plus an extra few centimeters. So I'm going to work with a chain of 35. Just to show you the stitch pattern, but you work with whatever measurement you need as long as it's a multiple of 5. Okay, we're then going to add 1 extra chain, and we're going to start by single crocheting into the 2nd chain from the hook, and then every stitch along the row gets a single crochet. So I'm going to get my single crochets done and I'll come back at the end of the row. So we've got our row of single crochets and we're now going to start our pattern row. So we're going to start with a chain of 6 and we're going to turn our work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and we turn our work. So that chain of 6 counts as your first stitch. So we're now going to go into the 2nd stitch, but we're going to wrap your hook 4 times. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're going to go into the 2nd stitch, pull up a loop, then pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then finally pull through 2. Okay, so again 1, 2, 3, 4, and I call this the rule of 5. Okay, so we're going into the hook, into the stitch, and grab the loop, which means we now have 5 loops on our hook. It's not counting that stitch there. We now have 5 loops on our hook, and we're going to go through once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Okay, so we'll do it again. Wrap the hook 4 times, go into the stitch, pull up a loop and then go 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And one last time, wrap the hook 4 times into your stitch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we now have 5 stitches. Okay, we're now going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we're going to go into this stitch here, and then we're going to wrap our hook 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4 into the stitch, grab your loop, and then go through 5 times. Okay, so it looks like that. We're going to do another 4 of these stitches. One, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Wrap the hook 4 times. So I've got a knot in my yarn. Into the stitch, grab a loop, then go through 5 times. So this is why I call this pattern the rule of 5, because we're going through 2 loops 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we do this one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4 into the stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is why I call it the rule of 5 pattern. So we've got 5 stitches, and then we chain 5, skip 5, and then 5 stitches, and then we chain 5, skip 5, 5 stitches. But at the same time, you're putting 4 loops onto your hook, you pick up a 5th when you get into that stitch, so that's 5. You pull the loop through the hook 5 times to create a stitch. So the number 5 plays a lot of importance in this pattern. Okay, so now after our 5 stitches, we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means we're going to go into this stitch here, wrap your hook 4 times into the stitch, grab a loop, and then we're going to go through these loops 5 times. Again, wrap your hook 4 times into the next stitch. One, 2, 3, 4 into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick up your next one, 5, and then through these 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Last stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4 into the stitch to pick up your 5th, and then through them 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So there we are again. At this stage we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to skip 5. And we're going to go into the 6th stitch here. 2, 3 and 4 into the 6th stitch. 5, go 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And we're going to do that 4 more times. Excuse me. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, into this next stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, into the very last stitch here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there we have it. That is the first pattern row. We're now going to work a row of single crochets all the way back, so you have 1 single crochet per stitch. So we'll start the row with a chain 1 and then a single crochet in every stitch, so each of the chain stitches gets a single crochet as well. So let's get that started. We chain 1 and start single crocheting all the way back across our pattern. And 1, oops, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then into the stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And carry on doing that for the rest of the row. I will see you at the end of the row. So just a reminder, you need to make sure that you get a single crochet into the top chain of your chain 6 at the beginning of the previous row. So this is what you should look like now. Now, depending on how many chains you started with, if you ended up with a 10 number, so 50, 60, or 70, your row would end differently to this. Okay, so the row that I'm doing now will show you how to end your row when it ends on a space like that rather than on a 5-stitch now. So we're now going to show you, I'm going to show you how to start a row on a space and how to end a row on a space. Okay, it's really simple. So we're going to turn our work, okay, and straight away we are going to chain 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, and then we're going to wrap our hook 4 times, and into this first single crochet of your chain space you're going to do a treble treble. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so this here, you chained 6 to get the height that we needed, and then we chained 5 to get the width that we needed. Okay, so that's how you start a row on a space. Okay, we're going to do treble trebles in the chain space that was from the previous pattern row, and we're going to chain 5 across the treble trebles of the previous row. Oops, I'll drop that one. Let's try again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've treble trebled across our chain space. We're now going to chain across our treble trebles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we're then going to wrap our hook 4 times, and into the first stitch of the next chain space we're going to treble treble. And treble treble in every stitch of that chain space. So we treble across that chain space. We're now going to chain across this treble space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wrap your hook 4 times and then treble into the stitches of the chain space. So I did a little car time crochet today, and I finished the second panel for the rule of 5 jumper. There we've got the first one, which you can see the difference between which one's been steamed and which one hasn't. And I did bring my steamer for completely different purposes, but I did bring my steamer, so I'm going to steam this one shortly. And then they're both properly blocked and I can start the sleeves. But yeah, this is the checkerboard pattern jumper that I'm making. Isn't it beautiful? It's going to be so cool once it's finished. Okay, so we have trebled across the last chain space here, and we now need to chain space across the last trebles of the previous row. So this is how you end a row on a chain space. So instead of chaining 5, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to treble into this very last stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and treble into this very last stitch. If I can get my hook in there. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so this is what your piece should look like at the moment. Your checkerboard pattern is starting to form. So now what you will do is you'll work, so you'll chain 1 and you'll work single crochets all the way back. And don't forget, you need 5 single crochets in every chain space. Okay? So I'm going to get that done and then I will come back to you. So this is what your piece will look like at the moment. That's the pattern that you need to work. Okay? You'll need to continue in that pattern until your piece is the size you want it. Now you can make this a cropped jumper, you can make this a baggy jumper. This is completely tailored to what you want. But you'll need to make 2 pieces of the same size. And then before we sew them together, they need to be blocked. Either on a blocking board, dampen them down and stretch them out properly, or my preferred method is steaming. Steaming just helps it to get the shape properly. So I did a little car time crochet today, and I finished the second panel for the rule of 5 jumper. There we've got the first one, which you can see the difference between which one's been steamed and which one hasn't. And I did bring my steamer for completely different purposes, but I did bring my steamer, so I'm going to steam this one shortly. And then they're both properly blocked and I can start the sleeves. Okay, so once you've got your 2 pieces and they are steamed, I'm going to show this to you on a piece of paper rather than my actual piece. I will show you the actual piece at the moment as well. So you'll have 2 pieces. You have 2 pieces that look roughly like that, okay? When you lay them on top of each other, you will need to sew up these sides here. Now, I single crocheted. I single crocheted this, so you'll need to sew up this side here, but leave a good gap for your arm. And on the other side too, you'll sew up there. So single crochet all this, and all this, but leave a decent space for your arms on both sides. You'll also need to single crochet along the shoulders. Now I believe I did 3 pattern gaps on either side, so I did 15 stitches, on either side, and I want mine to be slouchy and off the shoulder. So the less you sew on the top here, the more it's going to fall off your shoulders. So if you want it to fall off on a specific side, you can sew one side longer. So you could sew longer there, and then it would fall off on this shoulder and sit up here. I hope that makes sense. Let me show you mine. So mine has been steamed, and you won't be able to see the whole piece, just because it's a large piece. Okay, so I'm going to scrunch it up, but this is the neckline. You can see, oh, I sewed 2 patterns, so I sewed 10 stitches on either side. And remember, I wanted to be slouchy. I wanted to fall off my shoulders. Okay, so this is my piece. It has been steamed, and this is where we're at the moment. I've made it very big because I want this to be slouchy, something I can just put on over a tank top, and it's just slouchy and cute and beautiful. All right, so this is what we've left here. We've left an armhole here, like so. And what you do in these, for these armholes, I'm going to break this piece off. I should have scissors somewhere, but I don't. Break that piece off, and I'm going to show you now how to do your arms. So I'm going to show you how to work the sleeves, just because, I mean, it's quick and simple, just like the rest of the pattern is. But what we're going to do is we're going to join our yarn. Where are we? We're going to join our yarn under the arm. But I'm going to join into this chain section here, okay? So I'm going to join into this chain section here, like so. And I'm going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then I'm going to do 4 trebles into this chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, treble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my yarn's a little bit tangled. Let me try and, there we go. So we need 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, just 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we've got our 5 trebles in that chain space. We're now going to chain 5 across these trebles here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We wrap our hook 4 times, and then we skip this space here and do our trebles into the next chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that is how we keep going. You work your way all the way around the sleeve, and you work the pattern in the round. So you will, when you get here, your chain stitch across this bit here will slip stitch into the top stitch here. You'll then chain 6, you'll then chain 11, and then do your trebles into the chain spaces of the previous row. And that is how it works. I will show you the other sleeve. You can see that I have joined in all the trebles into the chain spaces, and the chain spaces into the trebles. And then I've worked 5 trebles and 5 chain spaces for 3 rows, and then I wanted to make my sleeve fit me a little bit better, so I then moved to 4 trebles and 4 chain spaces for the next 5 rows, and that's how I've made my sleeve. So that is the pattern for the jumper. It's nice and simple. So this is my finished slouchy jumper. I had to interrupt my own video because I need to show you that on the edge of the sleeves, I've done 2 rows of single crochets, and then around the neck, I did a row of half double crochets and then a row of single crochets, and then just finished it off. And that just finished the jumper off beautifully. This is where we're at. I mean, it's more of a jumper dress, but I did want something super slouchy. But I'll let myself get back to the rest of the video now. It's really, really easy to make. It works up really quick. So yeah, that's how you make the jumper. I'll show you pictures and videos at the end of me wearing said jumper, all dressed up with my tank tops and whatever. But yeah, have a go at this pattern. It's really quick and simple, and I hope you enjoy making it as much as I do. I am going to steam the sleeves. Once I am finished both sides, I'll steam the sleeves so they're all blocked as well. And that's it. That's the quick and simple checkerboard netted jumper pattern. If you make this, please tag me on Instagram or on TikTok. I would love to see your creations. If you don't make this, but have watched the video, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day, happy crocheting, and I'll see you in the next one.